Never date this zodiac sign. I used to think zodiac signs were just for fun. Silly little labels people used to feel understood. That was before I met Leo. Not his name, his sign. His actual name was Mark. On our first date, he told me, "I'm a Leo, a natural-born leader. Loyal, passionate, and a little bit dramatic." He laughed, and his charisma was undeniable. Always a Libra, always seeking balance and harmony. It felt like a perfect match. In the beginning, it was Mark showered me with attention. He'd plan extravagant dates, buy me flowers just because, and tell everyone we met how lucky he was to have found me. He was the sun, and I was happy to orbit him. You made me feel like the most special person in the world. The first red flag appeared about 3 months in. I got a promotion at work, something I'd been working towards for years. I called him ecstatic, expecting him to be thrilled for me. There was a pause on the line. Then he said, "That's great, Hazel. My boss mentioned my name for a big project today. It's a huge opportunity." The conversation shifted entirely to him. My moment was gone, swallowed by his need to be the center of attention. I brushed it off. He's just ambitious, I told myself. A true Leo. The little eclipses of my life became more frequent. My best friend's birthday party. We had to leave early because Mark felt ignored when the conversation was about his latest gym accomplishment. A quiet night in that I desperately needed after a tough week. It turned into a lecture about how I was underappreciating his efforts to keep the spark alive. He wasn't just dramatic. He was a black hole for praise. Everything had to be a grand performance, and he was always the star. If I had a problem, his problem was bigger. If I was happy, he needed to be happier. My world started to shrink until it was just the two of us, on his stage, playing by his rules. I felt myself disappearing. The balanced, harmonious Libra was completely out of whack, constantly walking on eggshells to avoid triggering his next dramatic monologue. I tried to talk to him about it once, use all the I feel statements my therapist recommended. "Mark, I feel like my achievements aren't celebrated." He looked at me, his eyes wide with theatrical hurt. "Are you serious? My entire life is about celebrating you. Do you have any idea the pressure I'm under to be the perfect boyfriend?" "This is so unfair." He stormed out, leaving me alone with my guilt. He was a master of turning my feelings into an attack on his character. It was exhausting. The breaking point came on our 1-year anniversary. I had planned a quiet, romantic weekend away at a secluded cabin, just the two of us. No audience. Just connection. I thought it would be perfect. Their first night. We were sitting by the fire, and I gave him his gift, a framed star chart of the night we first met. It was personal, thoughtful. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "This is nice," he said, setting it aside. Then, he pulled out a small box. My heart leaped. He opened it to reveal a ridiculously expensive watch. "For me," he announced proudly. I decided to treat myself for being such an amazing partner for a whole year. "You can get me a card later." I just stared at him. The watch. The smug look on his face. The complete and utter self-absorption. In that moment, the illusion shattered. I wasn't his partner. I was his accessory, his audience, his applause track. He wasn't a lion, king of the jungle. He was just a man in a costume, desperate for the spotlight, even if it meant standing in it all alone. I finally understood. The problem wasn't that he was a Leo. The problem was that he used his zodiac sign as an excuse for his toxic behavior. A free pass for his narcissism. That night, I packed my bag. As I walked out, he was busy taking a picture of his new watch for social media. The caption was already forming in my head. 1 year of being the best boyfriend ever. Hashtag Leo Pride, hashtag King. I didn't look back. So, never date that sign. Not Leo, not Cancer, not any of them. The sign to never date is the one who uses astrology as a shield for their flaws instead of a tool for their growth. The one who expects you to read their stars but never bothers to learn your sky.